Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we are going to look at the Zippo arc lighter insert. This is an all-electric product that is rechargeable. As you can see the port there on the bottom. It is very similar and familiar though, as it has the lid stop you are used to. It slides right down into the case of the lighter, just like you are used to with a regular Zippo insert. It has a faux windscreen, so that to the naked eye you would even think it might be a regular Zippo windproof lighter if you did not see exactly how the lighter was functioning. It has some markings and other warnings, just like any other piece of electronic equipment that you purchase. It is warning you to keep it away from children. I don't know if it warns about anything specifically. It did come with a big long book or pamphlet that I did not read. It does have a built-in safety feature in that you cannot just push the button to have it light. You have to push it twice in succession. And at times, depending on how your reflexes are at the moment, that can be a challenge. I'm going to pull this old, I believe this is a 1995, so we can probably call that vintage now. Fairly vintage, fairly old Zippo that this arc electric insert that was produced in 2020 slides right in just like it was made for it. Double click on the button, which is in a close approximation to where your file wheel or flint wheel would be, and now suddenly you're carrying an old vintage Zippo with the capabilities of a brand new lighter that doesn't need petrol, doesn't need flint, and that may be a problem for some of us. For me, I don't generally like that. You do have to get straight down on it when you are going to light whatever it is that you combust. There is no hovering over this. As you can see, there is no flame that protrudes up. So if you are lighting a tobacco cigarette or a marijuana cigarette or whatever it is, if you are smoking, then you have to get that right down on it. And it really does not burn through any kind of paper very well. You can see this insert is marked F and 20. So that would mean it was produced in June, I believe, of 2020. There are humps down on the lower part of the insert to help keep it retained inside the case, similar to a typical Zippo lighter that is produced today. They haven't always been that way. As you can see, the insert that was originally in this lighter did not have the hump on it. That kind of blows my mind. I did not realize that it had been that recently that they had added those humps on the side of the inserts. We're going to do a little comparison here, and you can see that it is considerably taller, but part of that is in that it doesn't have the screw to protrude down below the base of the insert. So when I was comparing these at different points, I may not have really been getting a true perspective on how to compare their depth inside that case, because it was not measuring down to the spring. You can see, or I'm sorry, not the spring, the flint spring screw that protrudes down past the bottom of the case. But you can see there looks like a little bit of a lip there, but part of that lip goes down underneath the case as it fits into the lighter. And they are really much closer in dimensions on the top part there than I had initially thought with my comparison, once you take into account where that flint spring screw would rest, keeping that insert from going any further down into the case. But there is no issue with this faux windscreen reaching up that high, because the lid still is able to close just as it is intended. I see people flipping that lid stop up all the time in photos when they have the insert pulled out of the Zippo. And I'm not sure why you would do that, because you can damage a Zippo very easily by closing that lid with that stop bar in the closed or up position. I haven't run any tests to see how long this charge carries you, but I don't have any complaints about it either. I have charged it since I've had it, I believe, about 3 or 4 times, and each time it lasted for months beside me. This has never been something that I was going to carry with me on a daily basis. It was more of a curiosity, so it's just something that I have left here around the house and used as I was here at home or in the shop. That charger has a magnetic disc in it. I guess that is, well, it looks like it's actually got one in both sides. I guess that is to keep you from losing it. I don't really know, but you can see how it was sticking to the rails there underneath that plastic sheet that runs along my work surface. But it is the USB-C, or I can't remember what it's called. That may be wrong. Whatever, it comes with it, so you don't, it's not like you got to go buy one to replace it. This is the charger it comes with. It's very simple. It's almost like it's not even a full charger. You put that one side into the big USB that we are all used to, and then the smaller side goes into the insert or the lighter, however you want to call it. It's kind of weird, kind of odd calling an electronic device like this a lighter. And it also is, I mean, it's a short little charger that they give you, and it seems kind of cheap the way it's made, and the way that that bigger end is not really fully formed, but it all works well. It all holds just fine, and it'll hang there in the charger without you worrying about it falling out or anything like that. This is a product that I highly recommend, understanding its limitations and that you have to get what you're smoking right down there on it when you're lighting it. Very dependable, safe, and a long battery life. Until next time.